So this is a little bit of old news, but it's
Yeah.
just it kind of tickles my heart because
Yes.
it's
Yes. So Jennifer Lawrence was the first female action hero in history. She was also the first to direct an action female action movie director. Uh, first woman to I don't know.
uh, the memes have been relentless.
Yes.
Basically, she was in this two-way interview with Viola Davis, actors on Variety, and in the whole of it, she ended up saying something to the effect of that when she was cast in the Hunger Games, it was the first time that they'd had an action movie starring a woman, and that she was told it couldn't be done. That boys and girls could both relate to male characters, but boys wouldn't relate to female characters. Now, shall we clown first or shall we be fair first?
Let's clown first because it's fun.
Okay.
Uh,
So the comments on this video are amazing. Dumont Austin says, when Jennifer Lawrence went from being a one-off character in Hercules in the 90s to starring in the lead role as Xena Warrior Princess, it changed acting forever. What an inspiration. The the Babylon Bee had an article about Sigourney Weaver thanks Jennifer Lawrence for inspiring her to act in Alien. I never thought I could do it before Jennifer Lawrence became the first female action star.
uh,
Numerous podcasts I listen to have merchandise celebrating Jennifer Lawrence as the first whatever.
yes. uh,
I remember Jennifer back in the 80s and 90s when she was killing zombies, raiding tombs, surviving aliens, turning from a fragile woman into a badass warrior trying to save the world from merciless killer robots. Jennifer did lay the groundwork for every woman who came after her, a true life hero. Jennifer Lawrence is truly a talented actress. I mean, who else could have gone back in time and shape shifted to look like Brigitte Nielsen in Red Sonja?
uh, yes, and yeah, I remember when she was when she morphed into Angelina Jolie and was raiding tombs in Tomb Raider
Twice.
twice. Uh,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
so there's been a few ways I've seen people read this.
Mhm.
One is that she was being literal and taking like stealing glory that wasn't hers. A lot of people were like, "Oh man, she's just a young person who never watched any movies, or else she would know better."
Mhm. Yeah, and then the other one's probably that she misspoke,
Hmm.
which is the word everybody uses when it's like, oh yeah, you're caught when you get caught either lying or saying something really stupid.
Right now, man. Okay, I just got distracted here because it's the fifth anniversary. Writers Roundtable off to the side: Jordan Peele, Ryan Johnson, Daniel Kwan, Tony Kushner, and more. And Jordan Peele and Ryan Johnson. If anyway,
Ugh.
anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what I suspect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the most charitable interpretation of what she said.
Okay.
Most likely, when they were trying to make the Hunger Games happen, there was some studio head or executive or something like that who said that, who did actually say action movies starring women don't work.
And I can see that happening.
Yep. I mean, the reason why we didn't get a Black Widow movie until way late is because of Ike Perlmutter. He also didn't believe that you could make a Captain Marvel or a Black Panther movie because they wouldn't appeal to general audiences.
Yeah, and needless to say, he doesn't work for Marvel anymore.
Yep. I forget if he got shoved out for just bad takes, or if anything, like if there were any scandals along with it.
Probably. Well, I think wasn't he the guy who, um, 'cause in Iron Man 3, um, what's her name was supposed to be the primary villain in that. Oh, okay, I can't remember her name. Um, was Maya Hansen? I think that's right. I think that's what it was.
Was she gonna be like Lady Hydra or something? Or
No, she was the one who created Extremis. Um, and I think she was
okay.
yeah, she was supposed to. She was in the movie. She's the
Oh,
one.
she was like the sympathetic scientist lady.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
She was going to be the main villain in Iron Man 3, but then Ike Perlmutter said no because a female villain action figure wouldn't sell.
Now the sad thing is that for the action figure market, he's probably completely right.
Mm. But that's how we ended up with Aldrich Killian. We could have had the Mandarin. We could have had the Mandarin, the actual Mandarin, not the.
They were never going to do the actual Mandarin because basically China would be like, "We know that's Fu Manchu, you racist bastards."
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, you can't have a billion a rich white guy beating up an Asian guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, yeah. But back to Jennifer Lawrence. Um, I completely. I think that's probably what she was trying to get at. That at that time, studios were probably very reluctant to have a female-led action movie because while there have been some female-led action movies, many of them didn't perform very well, at least financially.
Like Cutthroat Island. Actually, like pirate movies in general haven't been very big.
True, and you also, well, even the Tomb Raider movies, like the first one, I think did okay, or it did well. Well, it did well enough that it got a sequel. Um,
Let's find out. No,
oh,
I
that's
mean the
the
real Tomb Raider.
no, that not that Tomb Raider.
See, I liked those games, but
Yeah, I did too.
a lot of people, a lot of people don't like it because they feel like it made Laura too, how to put it, too vulnerable, kind of whiny. But that's not like
Yeah,
I really enjoyed playing that game for the progression. Like
yeah,
I
I did.
remember there was one bit in there where it's like you go from being very vulnerable and unskilled to by the end of it, uh, uh, how can she keep advancing on us? She's one girl. Yeah, one girl who's kicking our ass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also too, she had a really nice butt.
That there is always that.
Yes, yeah. So okay, so it made did the
The
first movie
second one
did.
made way less.
Yeah, second. I remember the second one didn't do very well. Well, the second one is basically the first one, just changed up a
Mm,
few things.
okay.
Um, and they also swapped out the male lead. Like
Mm,
the first one, it's Daniel Craig, and then the second one was Gerard Butler.
mm.
And it was actually kind of interesting. I watched the first movie like a few years back, and this was right after Daniel Craig had become James Bond. And then I see Daniel Craig in that movie. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know he was in this. And he was really skinny in that movie too. Like he wasn't
Hmm.
like he hadn't bulked up yet.
There's something about being a uh, very well-known character like that who that elevates seeing them in other things going
Hmm.
back.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so okay, so the first movie did really well. The second movie, not so much. And I think part of that is because, and I think the first movie doing really well is mainly because the video games were really popular at that time.
Well, and also
Angelina
There's something
Jolie.
going on
Yeah.
in this area here under the tank top.
Right, right. Yeah, that too. Yeah. And Angelina Jolie was a very hot, was a hot young star back then.
Hmm.
So they had all that working for it. But I mean, aside from that, I mean, most of them haven't, done weren't impressive. Not like male led action movies. So I can definitely see a studio head saying, "Oh, woman led action movie. Those don't do very well." Um, and so but for her to kind of and maybe that's what she meant by that, but
Right.
yeah. And
So,
hey, D Rhino.
so that's us kind of steel manning her statements,
Hmm.
giving it the most charitable interpretation.
Right.
Now, on the flip side, Jennifer Lawrence has a long history of saying kind of silly things and
Hmm.
very like self-important. Does she seem like the type of person who's extremely self-important?
Oh yes. Oh
That's
yeah.
always the impression I've gotten off of her.
Yeah.
So it's fun to clown on her,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like with like with Gwyneth Paltrow. Same thing.
yes,
Both of them say something stupid, and it's like, oh geez, come on.
yep. Yep. Although I will say for Jennifer Lawrence, she isn't selling possibly toxic, useless chemicals to people at an
Yeah.
inflated prices. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Jennifer, you're better than Gwyneth.
Yes. um, but and then what was the other thing that she was saying? Like that I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I and also too, like, she's not the smartest person on the planet. Um, and of course, a lot of people point to the fact that she dropped out of school when she was 14, but so did Quentin
So she did.
Tarantino.
Yeah.
So,
Uh, well, and I think that's the difference, though, is that how to put it. Directors, from what I can tell, tend to be smarter than actors because directors have to keep a lot of things organized.
mhm.
The actors has to remember their lines and look however they're supposed to look that day.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it's maybe she misspoke, or maybe she just you know maybe it could very well be that she had never seen a female led action movie before.
It's possible. If she dropped out of school at 14 to do nothing but acting, then
Yeah,
who
it's
knows what she does
it's
for fun?
that's true. Yeah, but yeah, it's this is a meme that it'll be fun while it lasts. So
Yep. Uh, and at least, when was the last time you even heard about Jennifer Lawrence? This is probably doing a lot for her Q rating.
that's true. Yeah. The last movie I saw her in was the Dark Phoenix, and she wasn't in
God,
it
she
very
was in
long.
that. That's right. That
Yeah,
was the one where she was like, "Get me out of this stupid series."
yeah, yeah. She has like 10 minutes of screen time and then gets killed off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so that's kind of our outlier story. That doesn't
Right.
involve f- the major shakeups that have happened at DC. One of them happened so recently that Daniel put together the stream yesterday, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, there's no way we're going to change we have basically had our show planned out, and it's like,
Right.
holy crap, no, we got to bring this in.
Yeah.
So it's actually a secret bonus topic that isn't on the cover.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So